Hello, reader, and welcome to
ReadsomeBooks?
Has to get me pretty angry to talk negative about a book.
Mistborn sucks a little.
It's the time. It is the time that I show you what I read in the month of June. Yeah, gotta be here. I'll do like a Jonathan. It's about 12 books, but who's counting? I am. I really didn't even realize that I read this much until I read that much. And there were some that I didn't even get to, so I was going way crazy last month. You guys hear me all right? It's been good. I had a lot of fun. I'll show you just a little bit of an update too after on what I'm currently reading.
If you're curious on what I read, then continue watching the video.
So the first one is I already put a review out for June on the Range, and that was it was super fun. I was glad to participate.
What the heck is his name?
And the June on the Range, Louis L'Amour, the Shadow Riders. Really good story, solid plot. Louis did a real good job on his tropes. He did a real good job on his writing, and yeah, it was good. Next one I talked about too is Resident Evil, The Umbrella Conspiracy. This is based off the first game, and it's the whole entire game, and it's seen in the perspective of the characters. You get to see a little bit more of a background on that, and this is perfect for a fan of the games and played them back in the day. So S.D. Perry, she did a fantastic job, and you can tell that she read the manuscript or whatever they got before the game came out. Or when did this come out? Let's take a peek. Let's take a good peek here. The first printing was 98, and I believe the first game came out in like 96, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check on that. I have the game. Your mom has the game. Where you at, baby? Here we are. Patience is a virtue, my people. 97. She must have played the game. It's a hoot and a holler, you know. It's a little bit stale. If you haven't played the game, you would enjoy it the most if you have a history of playing the game, for sure. But if not, you'll probably rate it anywhere between like a 3 or 4. If you're just going into the story, or maybe you played like 5 or any of those games, 6, 4. It's a very hard game, and it's a lot easier just to go back and to read the story to keep you up to date to what's going on than to play those games, because they are hard. The next one here, I wanted to get a Blake Crouch to kind of get a feel for his writing, and Dark Matter is the one I chose. It's been going around. People have been enjoying it. It is a whirlwind. It gets very clustered at the end there. I did a short of kind of a stupid review on it. I definitely recommend. I think I rated it 4 stars. But it was good, and I recommend it. If you guys check it out, you know you're gonna probably like it, and you probably have already known what it's about. If you're into like science fiction, thriller type stuff, then you'll dig it. And then my classic for the month of June, Ray Bradbury, Fahrenheit 451. I wasn't expecting the turnout of this book the way it turned out. It's very quirky, zany, and just refreshing. For me, it was like ahead of its time, because how everything comes out, it seems very modern. This is the 60th anniversary edition, so I finished it a lot faster than I was going to, because I think like the story is only like so long, and then there's like all this extra content, you know, for review pictures and interviews. I kind of want to check out some more of Ray Bradbury stuff. I wonder if he's got anything that's up to snuff, kind of like this. So I'm gonna be looking into him, seeing if I can't maybe find another book to read of his, because it was darn delicious. I had a good time with it. This is my wifey got this for me. It's true. This next one is pretty doggone good. Here it is. Red Rise Eye.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that
dude,
is
stop
from
that.
Pierce Brown. it was like, so many people say it's a Hunger Games in space, and yes, I wasn't really into like a Hunger Games at that time. So I was like, is this what this is going to be like? And is this the rest of the series going to be like? And here's my complaints, and I was complaining. And the characters really started speaking to me. Shoot, man, it was good. I really enjoyed it. I think, for not being in the mood for this type of, the tropes, I really just took it for what it was, and man, I really enjoyed my time at the end of the day, and I'm happy to know that they're not all going to be like this this Hunger Games type thing. Hello? Uh-oh. My cat's coughing up a hairball. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. Just coughing cat. Super good and super sad at times, but then super good at the same time. Good. This table's not big enough that I'm working with here. Okay, this next one here is the Anarchist Cookbook from your boy Denneman. Dungeon Crawler Carl. And there you got Mongo, and there you got Princess Donut, and then you got Carl there. And man, this book, it was slow at first. It kind of had like a little slow burn to it. It wasn't quite as funny in the beginning, but it got great. And then there was this other character introduced to the group. She's cool. She grew on me after a while, and man, there is some poor lady there. Yeah. You'll know. This is great, man. This is really, I had a real good time with this, and it's good stuff. The next one is the completion of the Mistborn trilogy. This one is Hero of Ages. I had a good time with this. Overall,
Mistborn sucks a little.
See those judging eyes of yours. Don't act like it's the be all. Yeah.
and was it perfect? Not by any means was it perfect. I had some mixed feelings. I had to sit and chew on it for a while like a cow in the range. I had to sit and and regurgitate it and then munch it a bit more and then swallow it back down. And then maybe even spit it up one more time and chew. As a whole, you have to appreciate what has gone into such a cool story and the originality here. And again, this is like 20 years old. It's like, the celebrating is 20 years now. So he's only gotten better. I mean, I've read some of the Stormlight Archives, the first two, and they just they're wow. And these are pretty good, but 5 stars. You see what I mean? If I didn't make sense, then this next one I did a review for already. Actually, my first reading vlog on the channel. The Contract of Ishako. But Ishako sounds cool. Ishiko sounds easy. I had a good time with this, so if you guys want to hear some detail on that, I don't say no spoilers at the end, no extreme details on anything. So check out my reading vlog, and I complete the whole book and tell you what I think. So yeah, check that out if you were so kind, and you are so good. And this next one here, it's been so long since I read. I was like, did I actually read this in this month? And so I had to check, and sure enough, this was another one I read. So yeah, Matthew Wolfe, The Knife's Edge, Kieran Gray, whatever his name is. We'll get it. A samurai anime manga type deal. You definitely have to pay attention and know what's going on, because it's quick pace, crazy things, Chosen One and powers and the spark, and it's good. And so for starting of the first series, it may even be his debut novel. This was good, and so now I'm currently reading the second one. I've completed what he has thus far with 1 through 4 is what he has out now. The next one I read, John Gwynne. And this is his Bloodsworn. It's a trilogy. You have to be on your P's and Q's when reading this, because you're gonna miss out, because it flashes from characters pretty quickly, which is good. but it's kind of hard to follow along because there's so many action sequences. You kind of get everything mixed up, especially if I was reading other books too. The lingo is a little bit hard to follow along, and trying to pronounce it and get it in your brain, you kind of lose a little bit of that immersion. At first I was reading it just to get through it because I was like, I'm not really feeling this. You just have to just enjoy the story, all right? And so it was a little bit of a fight. At the end, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the characters, Orca. I'm looking forward to reading the next one. I do believe I made it like a 3.75 stars is my rating for it. It may have been a little bit circumstantial and definitely low rating for what it normally gets, but hey, it was just what I was feeling at the moment, and it's good nonetheless. That's a sound of a true happy cat. She's my baby girl. Butterfly. Continue on with bells on. This next one kind of caught me by surprise because I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was. And my favorite characters in the beginning turned out to be just complete douchebags. But man, it was so funny. Did you guys see that? It was too glary. It was so funny, and it was just a fun time. I couldn't believe actually how much I enjoyed this book. Suri, Vienna, they're so good. The characters are so good, and she was so sweet, and the whole thing with her and the god, everyone feared him, but he ended up being like a puppy dog, and the power, and then the funny other god guy. What's his name? His name was Lightlark, or not Lightlark. That's Alex Astor. His name was, what was his name? We'll get it. Light Song. I knew it was something like that, right? But he is such a. Oh my gosh, I love his character in this. And the mercenaries, they were great. But then, yeah, it was just so fun. And then her experience her story was just like, you felt so bad for her. Yeah, everything was just so good in this. I love this book. I rated it 4 stars, but I probably should have rated it 5 stars because now that I put it down and I'm going back to it, it just has me tickled pink. I like it. So Warbreaker, Brandon Sanderson, check it out. You may enjoy it as much as I did. And that's quite a bit. This next one I read, Demon in White. I read this within a few days, actually, because I was running late. This is no small feat. The last day of June, I had to read 6 hours of this stuff. The story was so good, and everything is so good in this that it pulled me right in. I had no problem spending 6 hours, ignoring my wife and cats and friends. This has got to be my favorite of the bunch. 5 stars. It was good. This is great. Oh man, the writing, the character development. I'm very sad about Switch. I hope he comes back in the 4th installment because I miss Switch, man. Switch was great. That was his buddy, his go-to, and so I feel like there's something missing in the story. But nonetheless, it had to be this was the favorite. There were so many cool things that happened in this story that just had me just wanting more and more and more. There's some books I didn't finish this month, and there were some books that I'm going to be reading in the background. That's pretty much all that I've read. That's the 12 books that I read. Very good reading month. So the books that I'm currently reading that I started during June that I haven't finished, that I'm going to be just putting them in the background and reading them, is going to be Tom Clancy, Splinter Cell. I want to read this because I got the other ones After this book and onward is I haven't read. I hardly remembered this one, so I wanted to read this one here. And I am 184 pages into it, so I am like super stoked on continuing that. This next book, I'm enjoying, man. I'm finally able to read this and get a sense of what it's about. And because I was so young when I read this, like you saw in my other video. So I'm currently 225 pages into it. I'm on the poets portion of the story. And I was like, laugh out loud. After this guy had the stroke, and after his communication, the words he was left with, and his poet and his reasoning, my gosh, this was, I was busting up laughing. Then you have like suspenseful moments that just like have you at the edge of your seat, and you're like, what's happening? The characters are so awesome. It has been so great, and I'm only like not even halfway through it. This is something good. And the Shrike, he's terrifying, and I still don't quite know what the heck he is. But then then all of a sudden the poet saying something about like he's involved. He believes that I don't know. I don't want to spoil nothing. And there's 3 other books after this. I'm like, what is happening here? And so this whole planet and the mysteriousness behind it from the priest guy, I was like, that's crazy. It's like bonkers, but man, it's science fiction to the core, sci-fi. I could see how everyone loves this book because I am blushing from ear to ear and just enjoying Hyperion. So if you guys haven't read it, man, it's worth your time, what I've read thus far and what I can remember from reading it before. This next one I'm reading is this book here. And this is the second in the Ronin saga. And I've shown you this before, Matthew Wolff, the Citadel of Fire. The artwork is great. It was a little bit blurry last time I showed you guys, so apologize about that. Now you can get a better look on the goodness of this book here. It's starting off a little slow. It's starting to get better. I'm currently reading 2 books with the character Zane in it, so that's going to make me insane. So yeah, I'm also reading Starside. And there's a Zane character in here, and there's a Zane character in here, so that makes things a little difficult. I'm only 72 pages into it, so I'm not going to really be giving it a full review on, based on those few many pages. So the next one is Starside. Yes, this is great. Your girl, Alex Astor. You see her online. Her books sell out. She's epic. This is the special edition, the Target edition, I believe. I am 165 pages into it. Every 100 years, something, the gate opens up between the immortals and the regular people, and there's a fight, and you get a sliver of the power. I probably don't know none of the terminologies to that, but it's a love to hate, or hate to love, something like that. It's so far so good. So far it's resting at like a 3.5. Hey, it's good. I like it, and I will continue reading that. A few of these other stories, I read a few of these stories in here, the short stories. I'm currently on Survivor. I'm almost done with Survivor. It's good, man. Tom Godwin, he's good. I got a few more pages in this. And I also read The Harvest, which is like supposed to be the darkest sci-fi book out there. And I read it. It's like a few pages, and it's like, it is dark. It's super dark. And then I also read The Cold Equations, which is heart-wrenching. But yet it makes you think. And Survivor is all about surviving. Crazy. He writes stuff that he doesn't pull any punches, and it's gut wrenching. So yeah, go in with discretion. But I am going to continue off with Survivor, and I also ordered the second one. So this last one I am reading here is Tom Clancy, and that's Without Remorse. And this is supposed to be Jack Ryan's first appearance in his books. And I'm reading a lot of Jack Ryan. I got a lot of Jack Ryan's books, all hardcover. And I'm taking them down. So I'm reading this in the background. So much so that I had to restart. I'm now at like 26 pages. I was at like 50 pages, but I like, what did I read? So this is kind of a background read. I want to put more attention to it, give more attention to it. So that's why I have a little more of a light load for this month. So that's kind of the books I'm reading in the background. Anyways, guys, I feel like I've been blabbering forever. I love your guys' faces. This has been great. This is what I read. These videos are a little bit harder because I feel like I'm always like, I've been there, done that, right? And I want to talk about the new books. So I'm excited about talking about what I'm reading new and not about the books I've already read. So I don't know. So I'm a little bit hesitant on these wrap ups. So if you guys enjoy them, let me know, and I'll keep doing them. But yes, guys, thank you so much. Anything and everything, put in the comment section down below. Let me know what you read in the month of June. What were you excited about? Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, and then the bell. I'm gonna put the bell here.
Bing, 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 ding, 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 ding.
Thank you so much. Tell your friends and family I said hi. They don't know me, but that's kind of the thing. They're not supposed to. I'm new. They're good people. Let them know that I want to be there for them, and in a way of pleasantries, and in a way of how do you do's. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending time with a man, his books, and his noodle cat. You guys are awesome, and we'll see you next time. I'm gonna do some more reviews. So, all right, guys, take care. Bye. Unplug me.